Welcome back, YouTube. It is I, Jake. After a long spiritual awakening over the Christmas break, we are back on the YouTube channel. Today, building another lovely time. We have got the Alp D'Huez in Chroama Red to build with some absolutely awesome Super Record and Bora Ultra WTO wheels. I'm really excited for this one. Don't do Campag very often, so yeah, it's going to be fun. Keep watching, you'll find I might learn something. With the Data Superbox stem that we're going to be fitting to this, you actually only have 2 exit holes for fully internal routing. So with the DCR system, I'm pretty sure pretty much universally you can't fit a mechanical group set onto the fully integrated DCR system. So we're going to be using the little shroud cover that pushes it through. So that's going to eliminate a couple of problems with that internal routing. It'll make it slightly easier to swap out handlebars and stems and stuff like that, but it's still something to keep in mind when you're doing this sort of thing. Right, so now it is time for everyone's favorite time of the video, which is installing the bottom bracket. Now, obviously with the time frames, everything is as it should be, 46mm. And for installing a Campag bottom bracket, we have to use the specific 7649 activator and 603 Loctite retaining compound. This is to keep it all stuck in, glued together and not going anywhere. With these bottom brackets, there's nothing you have to worry about taking them out because the bearings are actually attached to the cranks rather than the bottom bracket, which is obviously a Campag quirk. But yeah, so with this, it's going to be going in and never ever coming back out. Right, now comes time to install these lovely Super Record cranks. Now they are a little bit different to what you might be used to from SRAM and Shimano, and I don't do a whole lot of Campag builds, so I have been thoroughly checking the technical documents I've got printed out behind me, and yeah, it's fairly easy. They've just got this split crank design with a hell of a load of splines in the middle, which all tightens up. So the bearings are actually attached to the crank. So we just need to make sure getting this all seated, right amount of grease, all that sort of stuff, and torquing them up properly. Now, obviously, things to be aware of as we're fitting these. Now, the first thing is actually getting them aligned. There's a lot more splines on these than there is on a SRAM or Shimano crank. So when you're putting them together, it's quite easy to actually have them misaligned by, you know, a degree or two because there's so many engagements that they can fit in. And as well, the little bolt that connects them all together, that is threaded counterclockwise. So make sure you're doing that right. You need a dual direction torque wrench so you can tighten it up properly. Because yeah, you don't want to be leaving these sorts of things loose or anything like that. Now, last thing we do before we get this bike out the stand is to fit the chain. Now, we have to do some specific sizing on this Campagnolo chain, pretty similar to how you do with the new SRAM and Shimano 12-speed stuff, whereby we're going to link it round the hardest gear at the front and the easiest gear at the back, so the 2 biggest sprockets, and overlap 3 links of the chain and put a quick link in. This is easier and more functional than the old kind of split pin style of fitting chains. It means it's easy to repair, easier to take off, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, so get the chain size right, all the cables up, and we'll be ready to rumble. product of our beautiful, beautiful TIME Alp D'Huez in Chroma Red with the Super Record group set. It's been a pretty hurried couple of hours to get it done for this customer. But yeah, I'll just run you through the component choices quickly. So first and foremost, on the wheels, we have got the absolutely stunning Campagnolo Bora Ultra WTO 60mm disc brake. Rolls off the tongue. They're actually really, really light. The whole build weight comes in at 7.8 kilos, which is in fact lighter than my rim brake SL6. Who'd have thought? Yeah, so these are an absolutely stunning pair of wheels set up on the Pirelli P0 Race 28mm tyres, which is the widest you can fit or quoted fit in the TIME Alp D'Huez frame. Fitted up with some TPU tubes to save the weight on that. They are again the Pirelli one, so matching the tyres. Coming up top to the cockpit, we have got the Data Superbox stem and the Super Zero aluminium handlebars. That's for a bit of extra stiffness. Now, obviously, Superbox stem, we couldn't go fully internal routing on this because of the mechanical Super Record group set, which is really, really stunning. It's an absolute joy to work on at times. And some lovely Burgh Bartape with the contoured pattern. We've obviously got a Superbox stem mount on there for the Garmin and obviously lights as well. So nice and integrated, saves any clutter and space, looks pretty nice in my opinion. Down to the crankset, obviously the lovely molded carbon Super Record cranks with titanium axle. These things weigh absolutely nothing and split in the middle as per Campagnolo. That's with a standard Campagnolo bottom bracket, 25mm bearings inside a 46mm hole. So you've got a lovely and wide platform there for the bearings, so they're not going to wear out anytime soon. We've got the Data Super Zero carbon seat post, saving a bit of weight and obviously looking rather lovely. We've got a ProLogo Dimension NDR 143 saddle. Again, personal choice. This is a really lovely thing. It's got a nice little red label on the Triox to match the frame and the red accents of the Super Record group set. Gear ratios wise, we have got a 52-36 on the front and an 11-34, I believe, on the back. So that's making it nice and easy for climbing and all that sort of stuff. This thing's going to be going fast. It's a serious gear ratio. And yet, 160mm discs front and back. Let me know what you think of the choices in the comments below. I think it's a really, really lovely build. And yeah, pleasure to work on. I can't wait to get it out the door and get it riding. So yeah, let us know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.